What's up guys, Nate here. Today I just wanted to do a little video for any of the new subscribers, your new people to the channel. I wanted to give you guys a little update or kind of an idea of what's going to be going on with the El Camino. And again, this is basically for just new people to the channel. You know, they just want to figure out, what are you guys going to do to the El Camino? So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so here is the El Camino. Now, I have done a bunch of videos on this, but I wanted to basically go over today a video for, new people to the channel. They don't know what's going on with the El Camino, and, they don't want to have to go back to the older videos. So today, with the El Camino, as you can see, it's pretty well torn apart. We basically have it stripped down to basically the body. Basically when we got it, it was a complete car, had the interior in it, and had a 307 small block in it. It was originally a 283, I believe, according to the fender tags. I'm not sure about the VIN, but the car is pretty solid overall. The biggest rust problem that we did have was with the dashboard, and I've shown this a bunch, but as you can see, it's very well rusted out. In fact, the only thing that's holding this entire dash on is this bracket right here in the middle. This is the only thing that's actually holding the dash on. So we decided to go ahead and get a new one, and unfortunately they do not repop the dashboard, so we had to get an old one. We got this out of a junkyard in Arizona, I believe. And the problem was we couldn't just get the actual dash like you see here, because all of this in here was all rotted out, and especially the bottom of the A-pillars as well. So we ended up getting the whole dashboard and cowl, and brought it down to about the kick panel area. Now, if we were really smart, what we should have done is actually basically got it from the whole A-pillar to the floor, instead of having to match all this stuff up. That's going to be kind of a pain, especially now that we have the door hinges there. We're trying to get those lined up, and we did cut out a section of the A-pillar here so that we could actually slide the dash in, because otherwise it wasn't going to fit. So we do have the notches there, of course, for the A-pillars that we're going to put in later. But yeah, so right now we're basically just doing the final fitting. Of course, as you can see, it's not really fit well right now. It's just kind of set in there. We do have to do some final trimming to get everything to line up, and then we'll go ahead and tack it in here and on the firewall, and then the A-pillars. And what we actually did is, this is the original firewall. All we did is trim it right around here, and here's the under cowl part, which you can see is right down there. But we just kept the original firewall and cut it right along the seam. So now, instead of cutting the original lip on the new piece here, we can just fold this right back, tack it down, and it'll look perfect. But the other rust problems that we have are with the window trays here on the front and in the back. Those are pretty well rusted. And then also, this side's fine, that's just surface, but we have a kind of a hole on the other side there that we need to patch up. And as I was just looking around over here today, found a little bubble down here, and we do have a little bitty rust hole down here. That should be no problem. We do have, of course, the other cars up here in the garage, so I didn't want to do any sanding down here to figure out what's going on. So we got to move some cars around anyway. We're going to put the El Camino up front here like we did last winter, so we can work on it. So when we do that, I'll roll it outside and maybe go ahead and sand a little bit of that off to get a general idea of what's going on back there. But of course, we're gonna have the whole body dipped after we get the dashboard done. Again, the whole Art Morrison frame. And I have decided on the rims. I was going to go with some torque thrust, but I decided that the I'm in between torque thrust and they're the ET Racing Vintage V wheels. They look beautiful, and going probably with a 10-inch wide on the back, maybe 16s in the back and 15s in the front, or maybe 16s all around. And I do have to apologize for anybody who's still watching. The wheels on the wheelies are actually real Rodders wheels. They are not American Racing. I was kind of dumbfounded by that. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, those are real Rodders Racing wheels on there. Anyway, let's get back to the El Camino. Let's kind of talk about what the finished project is going to look like. As I said, we're going to probably have not real Rodders, the ET Racing Vintage V wheels on here with the 10-inch wide in the back, and I think we're going to go with probably a 13 or maybe a 14-inch wide tire in the back. I'm not exactly sure on the wheel or tire size, but 10-inch wide, probably 15s or 16s. I think you need to get a 16 to get to 10s in the back. Of course, we're going to be doing, I'm not sure on color yet. I'm kind of thinking maybe a candy apple red. That was my original color idea. But now I'm thinking of it, maybe kind of a pearl blue would look really nice, kind of like a, bright blue. Not sure about the color yet, but we will be doing a 454 big block with a 5-speed Tremec, and then with the Art Morrison frame, we'll be doing a 9-inch rear. Basically keeping a very old school look to the car, kind of like the Willys, just old school, but kind of clean it up a little bit. So we went ahead and shaved off the gas cap here, and I think we will get rid of the El Camino emblems on the side, and maybe the Chevrolet on the back of the tailgate, and of course the 283 fender emblems, those have got to go. The interior, we're going to keep all original interior with probably bucket seats, I'm thinking. Black leather, of course. We're going to do the 4-speed center console with the manual. And the other thing I didn't mention is this is a 64 dash, which means that it's smooth here. You don't have the lip like on the 65. Didn't notice that until we got it, but other than that, it's the same thing. Yeah, so basically just all original on the inside, black. And I'm not sure about what kind of chrome we're going to be doing on it. Of course, all this up here is going to stay, obviously. But I'm not sure if we're going to keep the wheel well trim or the rocker panel trim. I'm thinking probably keep the rocker panel trim. And then, of course, we're going to keep the trim around the windows and all that. The other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be going with a 64 bumper instead of the 65, because 64 had the backup lights in the tail lights. So you'll just have a really clean, smooth back bumper with no backup lights or anything. Just really clean look. The bed is very solid in here. There's absolutely no rust holes or anything. If you go ahead and look under here, you can see that floor is absolutely solid. If I can pick some of this junk up, pardon the mess, by the way. The wheel wells, we do have to tub it. We're probably going to see if I can just tip this over here. I'm not sure if there's a little oil in there. Let me just move it over. With the wheel wells, we're probably going to keep the original inner well and cut out a section in here and add a notch in to, kind of make it a little wider, instead of having to do, of course, a whole new tub. We also replaced the floors in the back and the inside here. Those are pretty well rotted out. This one in the back, you could actually completely see the floor. There was nothing left of there. But yeah, other than that, of course, just kind of doing a clean, old school look with it. And no pinstripes or anything, of course. What else are we doing? We're probably going to be doing a 4-inch cowl hood. Make it look a little clean. Probably, this is our kind of the car we're going off of. It's kind of the look we're going for, with the cowl hood, of course. Whoops, sorry. Cowl hood, and then the tires in the back. Probably going to go a little bit bigger than that, but. And the other thing I like about the ET wheels is that they're really deep, so they don't look flush like that. They look more like the Willys, kind of that deep dish look. But yeah, like I said, of course, we're going to be going kind of like, an old raked look on there for the stance. Like to get it as low as possible while still being drivable. But let's see what else we got here. We're going to be doing, like I said, the 454. I would like to do a cam in it, instead of just a regular stock cam. And then, of course, I'd like to do exhaust cutouts on the under here somewhere. So, when you pull up to the car show, we're just going to have some fun. Other than that, I think that's pretty much the general idea for the El Camino. Yeah, like I said, just an old school, classic look. But anyway, if you guys haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel to check out more on the El Camino now that Christmas is over, which, by the way, hopefully you guys had a very Merry Christmas. But now that that's over, we're going to have our buddy come over and finish up helping us with the dash here and get back to going on that. And then after we get done with the dash, we will, like I said, send the body off to go get dipped. And pretty soon here, we will have to order some rims because we need to get that all fit for the frame. Let me turn this radio down because it's pretty loud. That's better. Okay, so sorry about that, but we will have to get the rims so that way that we can tell Art Morrison what we need for the frame, and of course to also figure out what we're doing with the tubs in the back. So yeah, basically the next step is getting the dashboard finished up, which technically that really shouldn't take that long. We got basically, like the big fitting stuff done here. Just need to do some final trimming and then start tacking in. But after that, like I said, send the body off to go get dipped, get some wheels and a frame, and get to town. So anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to like down below. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And most importantly, please leave me a suggestion for a video. I really like to know what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to see, whether it's something on the El Camino, the Willys, the MG, the Escort, the Camaro, and also the Deuce and a Half. Please let me know specifically what you guys want to see so I can make a video on it, because it's pretty hard trying to figure out what to make videos on over here, because I feel like I've done videos on almost everything. So let me know what you guys want to see, and Happy New Year, and see you guys next time.